I've just got a job as the head of Old MacDonald's farm. I'm now the CIEIO. Don't forget, comment your jokes down below. Right, so hello again everybody and welcome back. Buffering is something I get contacted about more than anything else. And I've also noticed some newer YouTubers covering content on videos I've made previously, but I don't think they quite know from experience. I've been unlucky and do. So in this video, I'm going to show you the main reasons for buffering and what you can do to try and fix it. Right, so that being said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let's crack on. Right, so I'm going to make this video as fast as possible, but one thing I will ask is do comment down below if you found any fixes I don't mention in this video. Right, so the first reason, and probably the most common, is the links that you're using. So I'm guessing most of you having buffering issues are using third-party unofficial apps which are free links. Now, something you can quickly take a look at is when you're searching for different links for a particular movie or TV show, to the side of it, you're going to see a file size. Now, I'd recommend keeping it around 1.5 to 2 gigabytes, and they run absolutely fine. But sometimes, if you click on a 4K link that may be 40 gigabyte in file size, a lot of people are going to experience buffering. So that's just one thing you can bear in mind. Another thing is where the links are hosted, so the servers that those links are coming from. For example, if you're using an official streaming app like Netflix, Prime Video, Disney+, their servers are going to be awesome and be able to handle the traffic that's going to them. Whereas if you're using a free link, we don't know what kind of servers they are and if they can handle the amount of people using them. And the same applies with live TV. Obviously, that's trying to give you a live feed, so it's got a higher chance of buffering. Even when using IPTV, some services buffer a hell of a lot more than others. And most of the time, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just where the streams are coming from. Now, the best way to kind of explain this is, if you've got a road with 2 lanes, imagine this being a free link. Their server's got 2 lanes. The more traffic on there, the slower it's going to be. Whereas take an official app, such as Netflix, their servers, imagine they've got 5 lanes on their road. The same amount of traffic, it's going to be a lot smoother. Kind of a shit explanation, that, innit? But hopefully you kind of know what I mean. Now, there is a good way to test if it is actually the links which is causing you the problem. On your streaming device, just go to any official app. I'm going to use YouTube because I'm guessing most of you have got it. I'm going to play this 4K video. It loads up fast, it's playing smooth, and I can leave it playing and I'm guessing there'll be no buffering. I can skip into it, see how long it takes to load and things like that. As you can see, it's running fine. Can also go up to more, look at quality, and it's playing in 1080p. If I was hooked up to a 4K monitor, then it would give me a 4K option, but that's one great way to test if it's the links themselves. If you get buffering on YouTube and Netflix and things, then it's worth considering these following options. And also, if it is the links, consider trying Real Debrid or Premiumize. They give you premium links from premium servers, and to be honest with you, that's all I use personally, and I never have any issues. So the next thing we're going to take a look at is internet speeds. Now, a lot of people think if you've got 300 megabits per second download, it's going to stream a lot better than if you've got 60 megabits per second download. This is actually not true. If I just quickly show you this, Lee sent me this over, and what you can see is for 4K links, so a 4K link at 15 gigabytes, you only require an internet speed of 18.2 megabits per second. And then you've actually got a 4K link at 3.7 gigabytes, and you only need an internet speed of 4.4 megabits per second. So I just wanted to quickly show you that because it's not so much about your internet speeds, which brings me on to the next point, which is your internet strength or your Wi-Fi strength. I need to take a breath. First of all, what you can do, I'm on the 4K Firestick, but this is going to be the same on any streaming device, is go to settings and go to your network. And then on network, I can press the play pause button to check the status. And then what it's going to tell me is the Wi-Fi signal strength is very good. And it also tells me the channel quality. And I will tell you in a moment why that's so important. But the next thing is, which band are you connected to? Are you connected to 5 GHz or 2.4? As a lot of you will already know, 5 GHz is faster, but the range isn't as good as 2.4. So if you're streaming from a device in your bedroom and your router or router is at the other side of the house downstairs, being connected to 5 GHz, you're not really going to benefit from that. You need to be connected to 2.4. Now, if you still find that that's too far away, you can look at using a Wi-Fi extender. I've done videos on these previously. I'll put a video in the top corner. And also something I've just started using personally is a mesh system, which has helped me out big time. Wherever I go around the house now, even when I'm on the throne, you know, I'm in a ship. Everyone uses YouTube when they're there, don't they? I get internet wherever I go, even up the back garden. So those are two different things you could consider. And the reason the signal strength is so important is because if you're getting dropouts in your internet, so it's dropping from 80 megabits per second down to 10, and then it's very intermittent, then when you're getting dropouts, it's more than likely going to cause buffering. And also, this is why it's recommended to try and use an Ethernet cable where possible. Because if you're hardwired to the router, you shouldn't be getting those dropouts. So the next thing, which most of us use a VPN when using third-party unofficial apps, and using a VPN obviously slows down your internet speeds and it also gives you a higher ping. So just make sure you're connected to the fastest server and also do a bit of homework into what VPN might be best for you. But if you've done any kind of gaming before, you know a higher ping, it takes a hell of a lot longer for that stream to come through. So if you use a VPN, that's something you can also bear in mind. And then any kind of fixes for that is really to use a VPN router. I reviewed Hidden Router, that doesn't really kill me speeds at all, and it does work very, very well. And then for official streaming only, I've done a video on Stream Locator, and that doesn't kill your speeds at all. One thing you can do to check if your device is suitable for streaming and what resolution it's capable of streaming, there is an app called Anality. Now, it's available on pretty much all devices, and what it's going to do, it's going to test your internet speed, so you download and you upload, and it's also going to tell you your Wi-Fi strength, quality and speed, and if your device is capable of streaming up to 4K. As you can see, I'm getting all ticks there. The download speed is 153, upload's not really relevant. So that's just another thing you can try, and even if you're only getting 10 megabits per second download, you should still be able to stream in 1080p absolutely fine. Just make sure to consider the file sizes like we spoke about earlier. And then the last one really is the device that you are using. Now, if it's a low-spec device with low RAM, it's possible that other apps are using up resources. If I open up an app on Firestick called Background Apps and Process List, what you're going to see is how many apps are actually running in the background. At the moment, 25 apps are open and using resources, whereas all these apps, I'm not actually using them. And what you can do is just click on them, click on Force Stop. As you can see, it closes it, and that's no longer running in the background. Another thing you can look at as well is how your device is performing. I've done a video on this, I'll put that in the top corner as well. And you can see what percentage your CPU and RAM and things are running at, and see if it's that's the issue. Another thing as well is turn off any features on your device that aren't needed, such as the featured content at the top. It'll play a trailer automatically. Now, once again, this could be using up valuable resources, so what you can do is go across to Settings, down to Preferences, and then you're going to see it says Featured Content. And once you click on this, you can turn these off, and when I go back home, this will no longer play any trailers, it'll just show the image. Whew! That was a long video, that, weren't it? I do apologise if that video were pretty boring, because it's bored me, so I'm guessing it's bored you. It's even made my mouth a little dry. But I really wanted to cover everything I've experienced personally, and also what you have told me when you've been having this buffering issue as well. And that is pretty much everything that it could be, and all the fixes you could really try. But like I said, comment down below if you've done anything else that has fixed buffering for you. Right, so that being said, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I'm watching this, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da! I've just got a job as the head of a... you should still be able to strime. What's that? What's that? Oh, I thought we were going to say something.